Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you today. I am Jeremie Cornet-Vuckovic, director in the financial services industry. And today we have one goal. We want to open the hood on how an AI transformation program is happening and revolutionizing the biggest bank in Europe. To do so, I am with Adrien Vesteghem, the pilot in this huge ship. Adrien, can you kickstart by explaining us what's going on there?
Thank you, Jeremy. So, bonjour à tous. My name is Adrien Vesteghem. I work at BNP Paribas in the French commercial bank. And I wanted to give you two convictions. I had the opportunity to build along the 3 AI programs I could pilot. Those two convictions still are, be industrial and focus on value. Now, the bad news is that has already been said, so I'm going to give you advices to do so. For the first thing about being industrial, it's a question of skills and people, and you should search for the right skills. In the data science area, you should focus on machine learning engineer. That's possibly the scarcest skill today on the market. Nevertheless, that's the one who will help you pass through the POCs effect and go unlock the value that you can get with AI. On the second conviction I wanted to share about value, there's a way actually you can also unlock the full potential of AI. You should consider within your company the basic needs that you have, and that where AI can help, and that will allow you to identify the right AI engines. Let's take an example with the French commercial bank. So we identified 6 main AI streams that covers a broad range of what we do at BNP Paribas. The 3 first are on a very basic customer life cycle, and it's attract customers, convert customers, and serve customers. Quite easy to understand. The second 3 are more transversal and a bit more specific to the banking industry. First one is knowledge management. Knowledge management is key in the banking industry for some KYC reason. Know your customer. It's how you are sure that you are investing in the right place. So, key point, and also regulatory one. Second point of the transversal needs, it's fraud and every defensive things. So I'm sure you all receive text messages asking for your credentials to connect to anything. That's social engineering. You should not answer to that SMS. You know that. We are working on that topic. It's a key thing for the banking industry. We have our responsibility here. Last one, and not least, it's employees' assistance. Here you have things like Microsoft Copilot, for instance, and there's a lot of value here also. So 6 streams. Here we cover, that's quite basic, but with that we can identify the right AI engines, and we're going to zoom on that. And you can unlock up to 10% additional bottom line. So that's a very good reason to work on that. That's big, and that's a range of value you should expect from AI. So maybe let's zoom on the most important stream, and it's of course to serve customers. Jeremy, any knowledge on that?
Thank you for this transition. On serving the customer, there is 2 main ways, 2 big families that I will try to sum up in 2 use cases. The first one is when the customer is into a situation of urge. There is an urgency. You want to go quick to serve quick. There is a problem, for instance, by message most of the time. Second one we will see a bit later is when you have a project. You want to take a loan, for instance, for real estate. 2 situations, 2 areas where the program is trying to make it better. First one, we call it smart inbox. We want to make sure that when there is a message which is received by a bank advisor, is going quick, in an accurate way, and in a consistent way. Today, This year, it was approximately 20 million message that has been sent to a bank advisor by a client. Huge number. So far, so good. Nice interactions. But the issue is 30% of these 20 million are misdirected. There is an issue on routing them. And so you lose some time, you lose accuracy, the customer is served a bit later, so that's a problem we want to solve. We put, to do so, 2 AI models. One which is doing the routing. It's an NLP model. You want to identify in the message what is the core and what is the need, and then you route it to the right person. On that, we gain a 70% accuracy improvement. Second model, we improve the situation by putting generative AI. I want to be able, when I receive the message, to automate some parts. In many cases, it's the same message, over again, the same needs, and we want to make sure that we address it with a proper text. So we put generative AI, a message potentially to answer the customer, but let's be careful, there is always a human validation. So the bank advisor is enhanced, not replaced at all. We want to keep this strong relationship with the client. First one, I serve the urge way better. Second one, when there is no need to be in a hurry, but just to do better, I need to serve a project. I am a customer, someone around the audience, and I need to take a loan for my real estate project. For instance, I'm buying a house. To give you some figures again, on this use case, that we call intelligent document processing, there is 13 million documents which are processed every year manually by a bank advisor. So on the front office and back office, 13 million. Huge amount of work. And when I receive an application for a loan, I'm taking it in the front office, it's going back to the back office, and then it's going again on the front office and serving the clients. A lot of back and forth. What we did with Adrien's team, and one more time with great success, 2 models. The first one, OCR. We want to understand each and any of the characters. When you apply with a loan, there is a lot of documents which are different. So we want to be sure that we captured everything. And then an NLP model to understand what is behind, understand the context, make sure we are not taking anything wrong when we capture all the data. The impact of that, it's an improvement of 95% of the duration between the front office, the back office, the processing. So we are able to keep in the front office the interaction, so the client is applying, and then the front office is not saying it again and again back and forth, so it's going very quick. And second, there is a level of accuracy and reliability which is so far unmatched for the bank. So that were 2 strong use cases on serving the clients. Pretty nice, but to do so, you need to have clients. And that, Adrien, I would love you to, if you can give us a glimpse of a use case on how to attract clients better.
Yeah. Other stream, the first one I talked about is attracting customers. So that's quite basic needs. What's interesting with what you presented is that to serve customers, you identified 2 main needs, which are emergency and projects. That's how you think of the AI engines you should search for. So for attracting customers, if you look at your organization, it's probably a nightmare between marketing, communication, digital, all of the data we have across that, the branches in the bank, and everyone is doing customer attraction. If you see that complexity and you start by the tech trying to answer to one need, I'm not sure you'll find the right value that you should get. But if you step back and say about attracting customers, it's a simpler problem than that. You just have to solve what to say to whom. What to say is a great GenAI project. Super fun, we're working on that. It's very enthusiastic, great matter. But my favorite project ever in AI, after 10 years working on that field, is the next one, to whom? We call it self-driving CRM within the French commercial bank. That project is my favorite because it's a great tool for the marketing campaign teams. It's more important, maximizing the efficiency of the investment that the company will make on all the channels And it's also, even more important to me, the right way to reduce the marketing pressure. The right way to reduce all of those communication that, we have to be honest, we still receive yet as customers from even the brands we love. So that's a great reason to do that project for me. To explain what's inside, it's kind of a next best offer. Next best offer is saying, spot, you have a customer, that's what you should say to that customer. But generalized across the whole company, on all products, services, channels, customers, everything. And that not only gives you the next best, it's also giving you the global strategy you should have so that you reach the maximization of the efficiency of your budget. So that's a great tool. That's a great tool to monitor and pilot your investments across the company, across teams. And that's a big question here. How you do it. To do that, you need 3 skills, 3 quite strong skills. It's not even a big team. You need strong CRM analytics team capacities. You need, of course, data science with machine learning, but also constraint optimization, which is not so used today. It's a great tool. And last, but probably the most important, you need change management. Change management not only at operational level, that's a big question, but also change management at executive level, because that's a tool that's giving the ability for the executive committee to change the way they decide. They can simulate what they can have, and if they take that decision, what it's going to make in business value, direct business value. So if you take those 3 ingredients, mix it together, try to do what we just said before, then you actually will reach the self-driving CRM tool we're working on. It's already deployed. We are continuing to work on that. We have some next steps on it, adding some Gen AI, putting some other things there, but that's another story, maybe next year. That was my favorite project, Jeremie. So, any wrap-up on what we said?
Yeah. Maybe I will try to sum up the first part you said and to give it some context. So, as you saw, this huge transformation program that we are conducting at BNPP for the retail banking is driven by one big thing, the client focus. Everything, all use cases are driven around the value we build for these clients. And then it's supported by 2 pillars, and these 2 pillars have been the key foundation of this full transformation. The first one is the value. If it doesn't create any value for the customer, the bank, the business, we just don't do it. We just don't do AI for the sake of it. The second one is the industrial dimension, how foundational it is for the business. And I see in the room Benoît Hiron, that's one of the members of this success. When we selected use cases, when we built them, we wanted to have, of course, this value-driven approach, but as well the feasibility and how quick we can implement it for the business. So that's kind of a wrap-up, but the last words are for you, Adrien. Can you tell us something inspirational for the room now?
Yeah, thank you. I've been quite amazed by the multimodal generative AI we've seen recently. And that's amazing how, when you look at the video, you see how they can change. And that's quite new. That's actually the biggest news on it. They can change the way they speak. So that's a big move in making things more useful for the bank, for the customers. So I'm really looking forward to see what's going to happen on that matter in the next months, and how big corporates such as us will adopt this technology, as I'm sure it's going to help in some way. When I was younger, I had a question saying, are we living in the right age? Shouldn't have we lived before? I'm super happy to live in this age and to see what's going to happen in the next months. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Jeremie.
See you next year for...
Always pleasure.
So much. Thank you very much.